This is the Star Slam Control Center, and I'm Chuck Donaldson. Today we are going to take a look at the matches so far for our biggest pay-per-view of the year, Star Slam 1. The pay-per-view will be Sunday, December 31st. There will be a pre-show card and then the main card. Let's start with our opening match. It will be a winner-winner chicken dinner match between Hobo Joe and Pete Panhandler. Both of these men are homeless, and the winner will get a big chicken dinner with all the fixins. Pete Panhandler had this to say.
People come up to me on the streets and tell me what a great match I had with Homeless Joe. They tell me that on the streets because that is where I live. That match was so good that CPW decided to add me to their roster. That don't mean shit. Because when I'm not getting booked, I'm not getting paid. This match at StarSlam will be my first time getting booked. The prize is a big chicken dinner with all the fixins. I am hungry, Joe. Really, really hungry. I feel like chicken tonight. Hobo Joe, you seen what I did to Homeless Joe? I beat the piss out of him. I'm gonna do the same thing to you at StarSlam.
The next match I want to talk about will be a 2 out of 3 falls match between Luther Sharkson and Seth Starks. These two men are die-hard wrestling purists and should put on quite the show for the fans. Speaking of fans, they have been singing Luther Sharkson. He seems to be getting quite over. Luther Sharkson had this to say.
I have been hearing fans sing my name to the tune of Baby Shark. Quite frankly, I think it's stupid and they should stop doing it immediately. I only want to wrestle. That's all I want to do. That is it, and nothing more. I wish there was just a mat and no ropes. Who needs ropes? I never use them. I just grapple and get my opponent down on the mat and make him submit. I will admit I am happy about one thing. My match against Seth Starks at StarSlam. It is 2 out of 3 falls. I just hope it goes to 3 falls so I can be in the ring longer, wrestling. Seth, I will give you a lesson in submission-style wrestling you will never forget at StarSlam 1.
There will be a gimmick match where the loser must move to another country and give up their USA gimmick. The other stipulation for this match is that the winner will decide the country where the loser must live. Once you are banned from the United States, you can never return, not even to wrestle. So this is a very serious situation. Things got quite heated the last episode of Proving Ground between Law Dream and Vincent Valor. Law Dream had this to say.
First of all, I hate how they're calling this a gimmick match. My love of the USA is not a gimmick. The United States of America means everything to me. I could not live in another country. I will not live in another country. So I have been thinking about which country you should live in once I beat you at StarSlam. Since you were a dick about the pledge, I will be dickish with my country pick. Should I send you to a poor African country like Chad or South Sudan? How about a corrupt shithole like Venezuela? Or perhaps a war zone like Iraq? Man, I just don't know yet. I will have to think long and hard about it though, to make sure it is the worst place on earth for you to live.
Macho Man versus Ricky Steamboat from WrestleMania 3. Bret Hart versus Steve Austin from WrestleMania 13. Kenta Kobashi vs. M. Masawa from Navigate for Evolution 2003. Samoa Joe vs. CM Punk from Joe vs. Punk 2. Okada vs. Omega from Wrestle Kingdom 11. Omega vs. Ospreay from Wrestle Kingdom 17. Gwen Valentine vs. Scarlett O'Hara from Worldwide Women of Wrestling, Show Number 1. These are considered to be some of the greatest wrestling matches of all time. Now, there will be the rematch between Gwen Valentine and Scarlett O'Hara. Can they recreate the magic from their first match? We shall see at StarSlam 1. Another match I am very excited for is the battle between our most popular wrestler, Lobster, taking on our second most popular wrestler, Super Gorilla. I was hoping these two men would have faced off in the Global Pound for Pound Elimination Series, but both were eliminated before they could face off. This should be an exciting matchup. Some are calling it the feud of the century. I don't know what to call it, but one thing is for sure. These two men absolutely hate each other. They are planning to settle their feud once and for all in the cold confines of a steel cage. Deathblow had this to say.
Little bitch, it is time for this feud to end. It needs to end, and it will end, inside that steel cage. I heard a rumor that your pop's gung-ho is gonna be there. If I see him, I will knock his ass out too.
Speaking of feuds, the match between Pistol Reed and Grazer the Clown has been another long feud. Both of these men began their careers in the AWR, where they had a bitter blood feud. Then, both men were drafted to CPW in the most recent draft. What are the odds? Pistol Reed had this to say.
You see, me and Grazer go back a long way. That fucking clown terrorized my parents and kidnapped my daughter. Back in the AWR, we each got to win against each other. So, this is gonna be the rubber match. Grazer, you ruined my number 1 draft pick celebration. You took a shit in that box and gave it to me as a gift. I reckon I'm gonna give you a receipt for that one. At StarSlam 1, I'm gonna give you the biggest ass whooping you ever seen, boy.
Imagine having all of your favorite possessions destroyed. That is what happened to Vane Rush when Big Bully showed up uninvited to his apartment. A fight broke out and left Vane Rush's apartment in shambles. Big Bully had this to say.
Vane Rush, you need to stop crying about all your broken shit. The only thing you better worry about is facing me at StarSlam. Everyone knows I'm the real bully. The true, original bully. You don't get to call yourself a bully. I am gonna fuck you up at StarSlam and break you like I broke all your shit.
What if you wanted something so bad that you were willing to do anything to get it? Including making a deal with the devil himself. That is what Bruce Light did in order to get a shot at the Global Championship. The championship he wants more than anything else. There is one man standing in his way of making his championship dreams come true. That man is Strangler Suzuki. He is on an impressive 11-match win streak and has been global champion a record 353 days as of today. Strangler Suzuki had this to say.
Bruce Light, you made a deal with the devil to get in the ring with the submission monster. You stupid. I have won every match by submission, and our match at StarSlam will be no different. I will choke you out, and the devil will have your soul. Ha 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 ha.
Join me once again next month in the StarSlam Control Center as we take a look at the updated card. This is Chuck Donaldson saying goodnight.